modifications to it. And now that they're, I wrote on them, they wrote nice. Feels a little different than a concept too, but it wrote nice. Yeah.
And we are live.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Pip's coming back in. We got him coming in. CJ,
Okay.
good to go.
Good. Just in time. Look at that timing. All right. Big day today. We have special guests today. We have Clinton City Fire Department joining us. They were our first quarter grant winner this year. There's Pip. Now he can take over hosting and I can stop.
Did I make it? Did I make it?
You made it just in time.
I can't. I'm trying to see. This is on my phone. I had everything set up, but now I got a whole. We're gonna move stuff around. But what is up, everybody? I'm not even sure what CJ said, but I'm having internet issues, which is why we are on 555 Fitness grant adduction redo time, because last week I tried to be Jeremy the producer and it totally didn't work.
Nobody can be Jeremy the producer.
Nobody can be Jeremy the producer.
We tried. We did a dry run. We did several runs trying to get it right. He told me, he's like, "We got this. No worries. Enjoy vacation." I said, "No problem, pal. Go get it."
Yeah, that's exactly how it went down. I think it's actually recorded too. If you go on the YouTube channel, you could see our mess up. So
I deleted it, by the way.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But so anyway, so I'm sorry about last week. Sorry about the technical difficulties tonight. But I think what it kind of shows overall, before we get into this tonight, is just, listen, this isn't just press one button and like poof, it all magically happens on the internet. So for us at 555, we can't thank Jeremy and National Fire Radio enough. I do it every week, but in reality, we couldn't do this without them. Clearly, it actually happened. We couldn't do that without Jeremy. So Jerry, I can't thank you enough for making this all happen. And tonight,
listen, my man, this partnership between 555 and National Fire Radio is just the beginning. You guys have a permanent home here for as long as you need or want. I appreciate your friendship, Pip. You and I have known each other a while now, and I just enjoy as I'm getting to know everybody in the group and so on. So it's a good mix, and I'm happy to have you guys, and whatever we can do to support you guys, we're there. So love it.
That's cool. It's growing, and it's cool too, because the next 555 Fitness Live, we have another really cool announcement about a partnership with an organization that supports veterans all across the United States. And we are going to do something really cool with them. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. But there's another big thing coming on that's going to help a lot of people out there. So I'm excited to have that come on as our next one, as this whole thing keeps growing. And like CJ started to alluding to before I jumped in on all this, we do have some special guests with us tonight. You can see their shadowy figures on your screen with the American flag bright behind them. They have a well-lit system there. But it is our last quarter grant winners, the Clinton City Fire Rescue from Clinton City, Indiana. I would imagine it's Clinton City,
Indiana. Correct.
Clinton, Indiana, right? Yeah. But however that works, right? We're New Brunswick. We call ourselves the city of New Brunswick, where I am. So those guys are going to jump in with us with the 555 Fitness Standard tonight. And then we're going to talk to them as they are currently taking delivery of all their grant equipment. We kind of put this out there that it was going to be a little bit harder this time around getting the equipment to everyone, just because of everything going on with ordering and people stocking their home gyms. All of our equipment partners are doing awesome right now when it comes to business. I see our friend Terry Kehoe is back, and he himself has been stocking his own gym. This week his rig comes, so next week he'll have a cool rig behind him to go with that Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they can't play football against anybody flag he has there, because they decided to be independent and got to pay for their games. But anyway, we'll get into that. So tonight's workout again is going to be the 555 Fitness Standard, everybody's favorite 5 rounds per time of 15 air squats, 15 burpees, and 15 hand release push-ups. I know Dennis and Zog are somewhere there on my screen, and you can see there. Initially, when this started, they said they were going to modify it because Zog did Murph yesterday, but somehow now they're both wearing vests.
They're
So
changing up
Zog,
they're changing up the moves a little bit.
all right, so Zog, can you just explain your modifications to everybody before we get going?
Okay, so I did Murph yesterday, which for those of you that are not familiar with Murph, it's 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, and 300 air squats. We didn't do the run. It's something that me and my crew do every fourth day of our cycle. We always do we call it last day Murph. So anyway, we did that yesterday. So no more push-ups and squats for me. Instead of the squats, I'm going to do reverse lunges. And then instead of the push-ups, I'm going to do plate bent over rows. So it's still going to work the same muscles. It's just going to be a little different movement. The weight vest is old man Dennis's idea. I definitely am not happy about wearing this weight vest, but this old guy said he's going to wear a weight vest. I'm working out with him. I guess I got to put one on too. So I got my brute force operator's vest on. He's got a 5'11" vest, and I'm going to try to keep up with this old guy.
I'm gonna do the reverse lunges.
Sweet.
Whatever he's
I like it.
Whatever he's gonna do, he's pretty much gonna smoke me in. So whatever.
He moves so fast. He just doesn't slow down, right? We got Britt joining us. She's outside in her yard, as she would call it. Terry's back in again. Last week during technical difficulties, we probably should have recorded my general anger and frustration at the fact that I couldn't get the internet to work. But what happened was Bobby, who's not here tonight, suggested that we had some folks that wanted to do the workout anyway. Terry was one of them, Dennis and Justin, me and CJ. I hadn't really planned on working out, but out of my own frustrations, we jumped in and hit the standard. And it was great. Steven was supposed to do it with us, but he was at work out on a water rescue. He had to leave. So we're going to jump into this workout tonight. I guess, CJ, you don't have your clock because you're not in your garage. So I will at least start mine. And if
Set it up if you need.
I have mine. I'm in my
Okay.
garage. I can at least start mine, but I'm sure everybody out there is going to keep their own time. My buddies from Clinton City, or you guys got any questions before we go, or anything you want to talk about? First time working out online with us. So your long time viewer, first time caller, right?
Nope, we're ready to go.
I like it. That is what I like to hear. Who do we have there with you guys tonight? Being, we don't know who you are technically.
Doug Curry and Chris Laws.
Doug, did you write the grant that won, right?
So we all kind of helped Austin. Austin was the guy that put it all together. So Austin
Gotcha.
Jack, our contact guy.
Gotcha, man. So we'll talk to you more about what you got and do our grant award winner once we get through this workout here. It's about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes of hell. So I'm sure everybody will enjoy it. Terry will remember from last week for sure. But if you guys are good to go, I'm going to give you 10 seconds on my clock and I'll count it down, and then really not going to be able to give you an end time because I can only see 3 other screens. But, we'll see how you guys do here in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. So what's up, CJ? How are you this week? While they all work and we don't have to.
I am good, enjoying the AC while everybody else sweats.
I really should have gone into the AC for this one too, because it's so hot in my garage right now. And it's something that if you guys follow our story a lot, Brittany has sort of taken over our story with her amazing Boston accent. And like she said, it's hot, it's humid pretty much everywhere, but you still got to put the work in, right?
Yeah, that is no lie. But no, I went and did some working out beforehand in my garage and got all my sweating payments done for the day. I heard you did too, right?
I did. Mrs. Pip and I got in one of our, if anybody out there is a street parking person, we are repeating the 25 workout vault series. This was the 4th one. So it was horrible, just like it was the first time I did it, all for a t-shirt, but we're doing them again for pride. There's no more t-shirts here. Now it's just total pride in what we do, but it's just hot, but you gotta get after it, right? And that's where, again, we talked about this one, where things like this with workouts like these, you can get them in quick, 10, 15 minutes with the standard, however you're scaling, whether you're upscaling or downscaling, that's pretty much the time frame you want to be in, because you want to be able to keep moving through this and try to minimize your rest period. Having been the person who wrote it and done it loads of times, once you get past that 3rd round, usually it's the push-ups that really,
Yeah.
your shoulders, you don't think with the burpees how much they affect your shoulders. But by that third round, man,
You're essentially doing other push-ups and the burpees. So, I mean, it just wears you out. You kind of get a hit after a hit. But yeah, when we did it last week, I got to like, I'm usually okay at push-ups, like little T-Rex arms, you know, they move okay. And I was having to like, I looked like I was doing a forward-facing snow angel just in my sweat, trying to get my shoulders to loosen up.
I see Steven right now is loosening up those shoulders, right?
Yep.
And this is another one where, yeah, granted, you know, you got a 10 to 15 minute workout ahead of you. Try to get a 5 to 10 minute warm up in. I've preached to myself here because I'm not that much of a warmer upper, but and it looks like Steven's gone on another call. Busiest fire department anywhere, unless he's really taking a rest. But you want to get a quick. Now he's back. You want to get a quick warm up in when you're doing these because it's going to help your shoulders. And something that we give away in the 555 Fitness Grant is a crossover symmetry system. And that band system shoulder warm up that they give you, it's legit. I know you have one too, CJ. I have one.
Yeah.
And it's something that when you have it in the station with you, you can do at any point of the day because you're just using bands and warming up your shoulders with different moves as I do them without mine because I don't feel like getting up and moving.
Yeah,
but
I've started incorporating that even on the days that I don't work out because I've had like little nagging shoulder injuries. So we got a little helper.
I see a little Kehoe jumping in there. She's gonna get it in a second here.
Yeah, but I've started using mine on days that I'm not even, you know, doing my workout just for rehab for my shoulders.
It's funny that you say that because I had him at work and one of my guys who's now since retired had shoulder surgery and he's like, man, you look like you're doing my rehab exercises.
Yep.
Like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm totally okay because I'm doing these so I don't have to have shoulder surgery and don't have to worry about going to rehab.
Exactly. Going preventative versus reaction to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing that we're seeing more and more with the fire service fitness trend here is that by keeping firefighters, EMTs, paramedics, police officers healthier, they're able to stay in the job longer and do it better.
Well,
and I
was about to say that's kind of one of the things that I really like about us offering O2X now is because they do preventative, like it's proactive versus reactive. By them teaching all these things, it keeps you from hopefully having to experience, you know, injury and illness down the road.
I know it gives people a lot to think about, right? Because O2X is kind of like, and Zog works for O2X. He's one of their specialists and he can explain it way better than me. But, and I don't want to insult them because it's not a little bit of everything, but it scratches and it goes a little deeper than just scratching the surface on a lot of really important topics that most of us don't think about on the regular. And I think if you get people thinking about them and talking about them and wanting to learn more about them, you know, you're not only learning about, you know, the disadvantages of having 300 gallons of water on a tiller, you're learning about, you know, sleep deprivation and things like that. So it's important things for us to learn for sure.
Yeah, it's comprehensive, which is one of the cool things. There hasn't been a lot before now where you hear or you see nutrition and sleep and talk about different hormone issues and like mental health and all that stuff. So it's cool that we get to offer that now. For those who don't know that are watching, that's part of our grant package. If you go to our website, www.555fitness.org/grants, you can see what all is included in the package that our winning department tonight will get and what Clinton City got this last quarter.
Right here too, Life Aid beverage. They're getting not just Fit Aid though. Now they're getting 6 varieties of Life Aid beverage. They've definitely grown since our original grant package. You know, when it was just Fit Aid. Now they have Fit Aid, Immunity Aid, Focus Aid, and a few other aids. Golfer Aid was the original. Yeah, you get everyone but the CBD because we don't know in Clinton City what their drug policy says. So we thought we would leave the CBD one out for everyone to get. But they do offer it for those of you that it's approved in. So we're coming up on about the 6-minute mark here. I would imagine Old Man Dennis is probably into round 4, even with the vest on, with Zog trying to catch up with him. But they're both, I have to watch the lag video on YouTube. I see them both doing burpees together.
They are
Our
still
friends
doing
in Clinton City
Yep.
are crushing it. Britt outside crushing it. burpees on the asphalt isn't fun ever. So where she's doing them is like extra warrior-ish, I guess is a good way to put it, right?
I mean, she's just a stud, let's be honest.
Truth. Very, very true. I am in awe of her awesome accent and her general studliness that goes along with her. So, and it's cool too. I see Dana's back in the chat and Phil on YouTube, and I'm trying to pay attention to as well as all these things. And it looks like there's a lot of people watching, because I would imagine there's a lot of departments wondering if they won the second grant or not.
So exciting. It's my favorite part.
It's cool. And there's a lot of work that goes into the grant. CJ is the largest part of the grant, and she keeps up with it all. But this grant, second grant for 2020, had the most applications we've seen in probably 2 or 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
From what I can remember. So that was cool. I think the other cool thing about this grant is we did have a few more law enforcement organizations, but definitely more EMS organizations.
Yep.
And if you look at how 555 Fitness has grown and how we've kind of trended, we started marketing towards our EMS partnership first because it was a little bit more of a natural fit for us. Most of us are EMTs or paramedics. And then we moved over to the law enforcement side to include them. And we're still learning about the law enforcement side and how to get more of them to apply. But being able to read their applications, I think, is cool. And I think another clutch thing that you pointed out to me this time around, CJ, with kind of the way you broke down the grant info, or however you want to call it, the rubrics that you used, was that a lot of departments are combining.
Yes.
So this equipment, police, fire, and EMS will all have access to it. And we've seen that in the past, but way more now. And I think it's a smart way to get fitness equipment. Our budgets, if cities are tightening their belt, that means that they can't purchase fitness equipment for fire, police, and EMS, but they can purchase for all three of them in one, and we can share.
Yeah,
hopefully we can share.
Yeah, that's similar kind of what our city did. We were supposed to have money years ago go to a training facility for the fire department, but it was right in the 2008 recession time. And so they weren't going to have enough to do all of that. So they took the money that was going to go towards our training facility and they combined it with the PD to make a different, like a classroom type training facility versus an outdoor training facility. And we have a sweet gym over there that I go visit very often. It's like a freaking playground. I love it.
That's always a win. I like to call that 2008 time, the time I almost got laid off, because that's kind of what happened in that time. Luckily, we had no layoffs, but it was almost me. I was almost that guy. But it's great to have things like that. And if you think about combining together with your PD or your EMS provider, there's a lot of things you can do. And I think most departments don't think about it on a fitness level. Years ago, our police department got a brand new station and they put a gym in it. And I think there was a little bit of talk of us being able to use it, but it just kind of stopped that talk. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things that if we can continue that on, we could keep going, as these guys are. So I don't know, everybody's still kind of working. This is really weird, but in case I've said this on a lot of podcasts, but there's another guy who's a firefighter paramedic in Saratoga Springs, New York, and his name is Robert Paparo. And he just sent me a message and it came on my phone because I couldn't connect any other way. And it's so weird when you see like Robert Paparo sending you a message.
You see your own name.
You do. It's very, very strange. Like you're like, are these the Russians hacking me while I'm on live? Like what could be happening right now?
Or like, is it me from the future? Like, what's the lotto numbers for next week?
I love that C Mags is just in the camera, hanging out, having a good time while Dad is getting it in. It is Terry's second workout of the day. I feel like I should almost do this afterwards just to commiserate with my buddy, but
no.
I also feel like I'm not gonna. Yeah, but no, not today, man. I look cute. Might delete later. I see Zog is dumping his vest, so I think him and old man Dennis got it in. I'm interested to see how the lunges and the plate rows went with this. It could be a cool little addition to the standard that we never seen people do before. I mean, they're I think with the vest and those additions, they're a little over their normal done time from what I saw, but I don't know when they finished exactly, but it could be a cool little addition for it.
I would almost bet because they just smoked it last week.
Well, Dennis I was just trying to keep up with them.
Oh, man.
I see the reverse lunges as a good modification for squats. If people have difficulty getting below parallel or they don't feel good squatting, the reverse lunge is a single leg squat, and doing a unilateral movement can actually strengthen doing a bilateral movement. So I think it's a good modification. And then the plate rows, they were easier than hand release push-ups, no doubt about that, but they're still hard, and they're working the triceps and the shoulder and the upper back. So it's the same muscles. But I would say it was the easier movement for sure. The weight vest made it more difficult, but good modifications for people that are in my position where they just did that movement the day before or whatever, and they want to switch it up. There's all kinds of different modifications we can do, you know, so.
No, and with the plate rows too, you know, if you don't have plates, you could use a sandbag. If you don't have a sandbag, you can use dumbbells. You can use a barbell. You can use a high-rise pack. You can use an air pack. You know, there's so many different things you can use for that row. And I think, I know I do a lot of rows right now. It's just the way the programming has been going for me. But I think when you watch people row, really engaging that core and holding that good form, that's what makes the row the quality movement that it is. Not when you see people kind of doing like that jerky, I'm pulling my whole body up with it. Hey, Jeremy, I don't know if you could hear me, but we lost the guys from Clinton City, so I don't know if they're maybe trying to get back in, if they lost their feed or they had a call.
Austin messaged and said that he's checking with them to see what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
I mean,
down right now.
Okay, they may not even know they're down because they're working so hard right now. So we can
Right.
just assume that's what's going on. And, you know, we can adapt and overcome. I see Daniel's doing some squats probably towards his last round. Steven's getting his push-ups in there. C-Mags and her dad are done.
Daniel's hating those long arms and legs right now.
Man, that's what it's all about. You would never guess that a short person made this workout up, would you? Like, could you ever imagine that the short guy was like, yeah, we're going to do this all the time. It's a good idea for me. Is it still called cherry picking when you design the workout? You know?
That's what we call
I
it.
see Austin's in there. Yeah.
Cherry picking, Pip.
Looks like Brittany's done.
Oh, Austin Jax is back. I see that now. I'm reading the chat that I forgot I was supposed to do. And there's this. You guys may get to see my local New Jersey chipmunk that likes to hang out in the gym with me because he doesn't care. But I think one of the things too we have to point out, CJ, is that we're not done giving yet for this year. There's still going to be another grant application period that's open from August 15th to September 15th.
Yep.
Hopefully by then we'll have at least Clinton City will have all their equipment, and then whoever wins tonight will have all their equipment, and then you guys will get yours by year's end type thing. So I do really want to point out, you know, everyone that's involved with donating equipment to the grant and supporting 555 with Beaver Fit, Brute Force, Assault Fitness, Hypervolt, Crossover Symmetry, O2X, Life Aid Beverage, and Fire Science Nutrition. You know, those guys are stand-up companies that we just can't say enough about. You know, they even during these times, we got really nervous, or maybe the we, I should say, is me, got really nervous that they wouldn't be able to still support us the way they do. And unanimously, every one of them said, don't worry, we already have you guys taken care of. You know, we put some stuff aside, you know, even though we're got problems and different supply chain issues. You know, I think that's something a lot of people don't think about when you're trying to order your fitness equipment, is that there are still supply chain issues out there trying to get everything in. And all these folks stepped it up for us. You know, Beaver Fit being one that they had put some equipment on the side for us in the beginning, and then they had to, they sold that equipment, but they were able to make more, which is a cool part about Beaver Fit, is they are actually producing all the things they're sending out. And to be honest with you, I think that our grant winners this year are actually getting some better equipment than the stuff that was put aside from them, but they still held their end of the deal. So we can't thank those guys enough. Check them out and what they're doing. And if your department has a lot of money that you're looking to spend on a cool training prop, you can get a Beaver Fit fire trainer box that's still available. So feel free to check out their website and our website for a link to them.
Yeah, it's all of our equipment providers are on our website if anybody wants to check them out. And looking at your hat, I'll just throw out that the apparel is also on our website. So
This is true too. Our friends from West Broad are, if you did order one of the original shirts, they're shipping out as we speak almost. I know they were shipping out very rapidly, and I know that there's some new ones coming along the way. They also have some stickers available now too, which is kind of cool from us. So
looks like we got Clinton City back.
Yeah, we
they
had
appeared.
difficulties.
How was it?
And-
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. We got some tired guys.
There's nothing wrong with that one at all.
I just see a knee from Daniel waving. I love
Why
it.
can't I do this?
So y'all have started getting y'all's equipment, right? I talked a little bit before we went live that y'all should be getting probably the rest of it in the next few days, I think. So
Yeah, we've gotten all the brute force, all the fire science nutrition, the assault bike, and the crossover symmetry so far.
perfect. Yeah, y'all's
Awesome,
Beaver
man.
Fit box will be there shortly, probably this week, and then the Life Aid shipped this week. So y'all should get that soon too.
Awesome.
Has everyone been enjoying the assault bike?
We actually haven't put it up yet. We're actually putting the floor down soon and in the new gym. So we're waiting for that to come around. Then we're gonna put it together. That way they can enjoy it in the heat.
So one of the cool things with Clinton City, guys, that everyone else out there doesn't know is they are just about finished with getting a brand new station. So all of this equipment is going to fill out their new station gym, which we are excited to see once that all happens, and hopefully can get out to Indiana to meet you guys and to see your new gym, and I don't know, maybe do some workouts with you if that'd be something you guys are into.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're
How
looking.
far are you off from Louisville?
We're looking. Our station deadline is September 30th. So by the time we get moved in and stuff, probably October. When
How close to Louisville is your
come down.
department?
About 3 hours. We're about
sorry?
3 hours from Louisville. 3 hours.
Okay, that's not
Not
far.
bad.
So
Not
we're
bad,
about
not
an
bad.
hour and a half from Indianapolis. If any of you guys come to FDIC and then you guys want to make the trip over here, it's about an hour and a half from Indy.
Cool.
It looked a lot closer on the map than an hour and a half, but that's okay.
It's,
I have
it's
trouble
prob-
with that
It's
spatial.
probably really 2 hours.
Depending on how you drive, I can do it in
Yeah,
about an hour.
probably 2 hours.
I drive pretty fast, but so we're sitting here talking, and you guys are like inviting us out multiple times and all kinds of things like that. But I'm looking at the chat message group here, and I know there's some people waiting in the wings to kind of feel that same feeling you guys got to feel when we said your department's name a few months ago. And I know CJ is actually probably more excited than even all the people waiting to hear if it's their department. And we sort of hope that they're watching right now. We did not tell anyone who this is, especially after our snafu last week. That would have, good thing we didn't tell anybody, because then we'd be
Right.
like, don't tell anyone for a week. But it's kind of weird how you guys are like, you know, talking about FDIC, and 555 has been a fixture at FDIC now for the past, oh boy, 5 or 6 years. I can't, they all blend together at this point, but something like that. And
Steven said 6.
who said 6?
Steven said 6.
Steven said 6. Cool, man. Then it's been 6, man. I got to go look at the pictures. Actually, I can do the count to tell you where the booths have been type thing, but
Right.
6 works for me. And you're in Indiana, and we're going to probably be at FDIC again next year. So maybe we can swing through and visit you. And, you know, I'm talking a lot about Indiana here. What do you got, CJ? Who's our second grant winner of 2020?
Man, they're killing it over there. Our second one is Green Township Fire and Rescue.
And they are located in Martinsville, Indiana, which I did not look at on the map. So Austin, is that anywhere near you guys that you know of? Have you ever heard of this place? I did not look.
I have not actually heard of their department. Doug probably might have heard of them before.
It's a smaller department. It's a 1 station, and they have had a pretty tight annual budget, so they don't have any current fitness equipment. They've been making it work with SCBAs, bunker gear, and their hose drying rack as a pull-up rig for this time.
I love
So
that.
they're about an hour and 20 minutes from us.
closer to Indianapolis, hopefully.
Closer to Indianapolis, yes.
Yes. We could have a long trip in FDIC this next year.
That's right.
Zog, Dennis, Steven, Brittany, like we could do the road trip, like literally road trip it around Indiana. If the third winner comes from Indiana this year, that would be awesome. And it looks like
Winnebago.
a Winnebago with fitness equipment on it. I actually, believe it or not, and Pip, you know, the 555 team knows Pip has secrets, but there's a secret about a mobile fitness thing that I've kind of talked to some folks about. So you never know. There could be something down the road that has to do with that. I'm looking on the chat. I know there's a lot of people in the chat, but you know, Green Township Fire Rescue, if you're in the chat, let us know. CJ is going to be getting in contact with you so we can make all this happen. And again, congratulations to you guys. I think the judges had a really tough decision this time because there were a lot of really good applications as always. And one thing that stood out to me with this one, and I don't have a vote, remember that, but was that hose rack for pull-ups, which I think even though you're getting a pull-up bar, keep doing the hose rack, like even make the rookies only use the hose rack, like you have to earn your spot, kind of like at the table type thing, or I don't know what the word could be, but don't turn that down. And the fact that their assistant chief actually submitted this to us, you know,
Yes.
we see a lot in our grant applications, a lot of firefighters submitting, which I'm totally for all that too, you know, trying to help out their department and trying to step up, but you know, seeing it come from the top, or almost the top in this case, is pretty awesome. You know what I mean? So getting to see that one is great. You know, I don't know if CJ knows more how the judges, what they saw and things like that, but I think that probably stood out the most to them.
Yeah, I personally thought it was super cool when I was reading through all the applications. One of the things that reading through before we came on here that I really liked was he typed in, we're currently holding daily body weight workouts and encouraging the younger generation to participate. By encouraging them and making our workouts more competition based, we are creating a culture of fitness, which is really what we want to see within these departments, is that you're already establishing a culture of fitness. You don't have to have equipment. There's so many grant applications that say, well, we'll do something when we get equipment. There is stuff everywhere. There's body weight stuff that we post on our workouts all the time. I mean, you can make stuff happen with what, and I get it. It's easier if you have the shiny stuff to use, but we love seeing that you're already out there doing work. And that really gives bonus points, I think, from the judge's point of view, because we know it's not just going to sit there and go to waste. Like, we don't want that collecting cobwebs. We want sweat covering that equipment we put in your department.
Oh, I hope it doesn't cover cobwebs. Don't say that.
That's what I'm saying. No.
It can't be covered in cobwebs, you know, but you know, I remember reading that last week. I didn't read it again today, but you know, that competition we have with each other, you know, I think that's even something you see with Dennis and Zog week after week. You know, they live close to each other and they're in there working out together. And last week in the anger workout, the anger 555 fitness standard, I'm not gonna lie, man, I was looking at old man Dennis and Zog and I'm like, I gotta keep up with them. I just gotta keep going. And it doesn't have to do with beating them. You know, it would feel great because we all know what happens with second place medals in life, especially Dennis there. But, you know, that competition is just good fun, you know, and it allows you to push each other, right? And what do you guys are sitting there next to each other? What do you think about that? I'm not looking at you, so you may be frozen for all I know, but.
You know, I thanked Justin for showing up before we started this workout. Just because you're right. I don't care if I beat him or he beats me, but we need to stay close to each other, you know? I can't let you beat me by a lot. So it forces me to go harder for sure.
And that's one of those things too, where even if you know, he did, let's say, beat you by a lot, or you have someone in your department who maybe, you know, lagging behind a lot in these workouts, well, that's where you can work with them on doing modifications like you guys changed it up tonight, or encouraging them to kind of push a little bit harder. And I as I was flipping through from you guys, I saw Sarah pop back in with Terry real quick there. But, you know, Terry and Sarah are pushing each other, you know, in their workouts every day, you know, and I think that's a big thing we see in the fire service. And what we found with 555, with all you guys who are on the screen, and now Austin and the guys from Clinton City, and anyone in our network that gets to join in on these things, is that we all can push each other and we can all motivate each other just by putting in the work. And that's what keeps me going all the time, is knowing that I have all these people that push me, even if we're working out together on Zoom and I'm here alone in my garage.
I touched on something important too. As a fire department, we're not individuals, we're a team. You can't make that grab and save that life if the guys out front aren't doing other work. You can't make that grab on a car fire if there's not a guy with on a nozzle ready to put the fire out when you catch fire. You know, it's a team, and so we need to work out as a team, and you pick your brother and sister up as you go. And that's what Justin and I've been doing lately. I know that's what Terry and his wife obviously do a lot. I mean, you know, Nicole and I train a lot together too, just for that reason, because we are a team, and our fitness has to be a team too for those days that you're down or not feeling it.
Yeah, no, that is definitely for sure, because there's days at work where you're not feeling it, but you still got to do your job, and you need that team around you, just like with working out. You know, there's days where I don't necessarily want to work out, but I know you guys are doing it somewhere else, so I'm going to go and do it on my own even. And it's pretty cool too. Isaac from Green Township Fire is watching right now. So congratulations to you guys, and thank you again for watching, Isaac. And I'm so stoked for you guys, and to meet you guys, and to get you on one of these workouts probably before even the equipment arrives. But you know, you guys have Austin, and the guys from Clinton City are only an hour and a half away. So there's definitely some cool 555 synergy. Maybe we can work out with that one if you guys are all into it. So I think that's just another crazy connection we got going on here, right, guys? Anyone? Bueller?
Yep.
Fry?
Yep.
CJ? Yes? Anyone? Did I
Yeah.
freeze again? Yes, I concur. So you should have concurred. You should have
I
concurred,
concur.
right?
I'm
You
sorry for
concur,
the delay.
right?
I was reading. I can't multitask, but I concur.
It's so hard to read. This is what I'm finding out. It's so hard to read the chat screen and then listen to what someone else is saying. I feel like I didn't give Dennis like proper brain thought, because I was reading all the other messages on there, but I heard what he said, and I can pull it out. So we're kind of learning all of these things together as it goes. But
It's
I think
recorded.
that's
You can listen later.
yeah, but then I'm like, what did he say? Sorry, I can't answer you right now. You know, and we've had a lot of things going on too in the fire service recently, you know, that we've been talking about. And one of the things that we kind of come back to every week sort of on the end of this, and I know Dennis will say like it's his soapbox, but I can bring it up now too, is just the whole mental aspect of this. And it's things we never thought about when we started 555 Fitness, that we'd be talking about how great workouts like this are, and this community can be for your mental health and well-being. And there's an organization out there that I've spoken to now for a few years, and we've done a few things together, called Skulls of Hope. If you can check those guys out on social media. I recently had someone reach out to me saying that they didn't have any help in their local area, and I was able to hook that person up with my friends over at Skulls of Hope, and they were able to help this individual out. So check them out on Instagram. They do some really cool bracelets. Mine is upstairs. I know I held my wrist up like I'm wearing it right now, but it's just way too hot for that. But that's something that I know we talk about. And I know we have some friends that are going through some hard times right now, just because of stuff that happened near them locally. And, you know, we're so happy to be here for them and for each other. And I think having the guys from Clinton City, and again, you know, having now Green Township Fire Rescue with us, and any of the 555 grant winners, you know, we're always here for everybody. National Fire Radio included in that. You know, Jeremy mentioned our partnership earlier, and it's only going to grow with what we have going in the future. And it's one of these things that it's just a simple thing like a workout. You know, do something simple together, and it's going to help you out. You know, I just saw one of my Facebook memories. I tried to do 1,000 push-ups one day on a shift, breaking them up into sets of like 10 and 20. It didn't work. I got to like 700, and that was the end of my day. But those are things that you can do together as a group that are just like Zog said, you know, that every, what is it, Zog? Every last fourth day you do Murph, or a version of Murph, which is crazy.
Yeah, because we work 4-day cycles. So we just came up with as a crew, and it's just the firefighters, the engineers and captains don't join us, but the guys right in the back seat. Every fourth day we do last day of Murph together. So, and it's kind of like building. Go ahead.
You don't run with it? Sorry, that was.
We don't run just because it's like we'd be running around our neighborhood and we just decide not to. And we just do the movements. And it's hard enough for us to fit that in our day. We're both busy units. So, but it's good because we find the time to fit it in throughout the day. We don't do it all. You usually don't do it all at one time. We do it. And kind of building on that competition, it's all about the camaraderie. The idea behind competition is that it brings out the best in each of us and not so much who wins and who loses. But if Dennis is bringing out, I know every time I'm working out with him, he's going to bring his best. That makes me step up my game and rise to the occasion and try to do the thing. And that's how we all get better. We all just give our best each time, so that's the nature of competition. It's really not about winning or losing. It's about walking away knowing that you gave your best effort. That's what matters.
Dude, and we used to see that with the firefighter throwdown so much, and everybody out there just giving it their all, whether it was the individual competitions or then when they went, oh boy, a little dark here, when they went to the team competition type format, seeing all those people together. And it's something that maybe someday we'll be able to get something like that going again or do something like that. But, for now, we can compete with each other on here. We are trying to I know we got a list of people that want to jump on this with us. And I think probably next week we're going to have a bunch of them jump in. So we're going to have a bunch of other folks, kind of like we had Clinton City tonight, and then hopefully Green Township Fire Rescue on here with us sooner than later. But if you guys want to join us, you can go to 555fitness.org. There's a very short form that you fill out. And I think we've been in talks too, CJ, and with Jeremy a little bit. We may just pop in one day and about 2 hours before say, who wants to work out with us in 2 hours? Because technically we could have 100 people on this screen working out together. I would probably need to figure out my internet problems to see everybody, but so I'm not scrolling over on my little phone screen here. But
the application to fill out to work out with us live is also on our bio on our Instagram page, 555 Fitness.
link in the bio. And one day, Jeremy's going to work out with us too. Jeremy, the producer, is going to work out with us.
Wow. Brett, thanks.
All of a sudden, Jeremy appears.
Feel the love.
I can't get over the sweet tan Jeremy is sporting right now. You look like you belong on an island.
It is like a sweet mahogany. It is just incredible. I gotta go back to the beach. Listen, I've come to realize, it's funny. You guys touched on a couple things while you were chatting, and I just thought it was great because we love the camaraderie in the firehouse. And then I find 555 Fitness and this group right here, week after week. The camaraderie is unbelievable, you guys. And I've seen you guys at shows and conferences, and I have to say that there's a lot of people out there that are looking for camaraderie. There's a lot of people that aren't in firehouses that offer the camaraderie that they're looking for. And this right here is made up of every type of personality, person, interest, but you all share one thing in common, the enjoyment of working out and bettering yourselves, which betters the profession. And so there's going to be a lot of people out there that are looking for some type of camaraderie or a brother or sisterhood, and this is the place to come, because if you're in the fitness and you're looking for good personalities, man, this is a great place to be. And I think you guys really should be proud of what you built here. And so on, and I'm proud to be a part of it too. So I just thought that part of the camaraderie was awesome. And then lastly, man, I'm never going to wear shoes again after this week at the beach. My goal in life when I retire is never, ever having to wear shoes again. And that's the goal. So I'm going to leave you with that one.
Tell your feet from me, bro. Wear some shoes.
I gotta move to the West Coast. I gotta move to the West Coast like these dudes sitting in the garage right now, just loving life. I mean, it's
right.
I got
30 below zero with no shoes on.
That's all right. No, listen, if I never have to wear shoes again, that means I'm in the islands, brother. Come see me.
You can come visit
What's
us.
wrong with that?
I love it.
I'm ready to go, man. Pack me up and let me go, right?
That's right.
That vacation life is nice. I see Daniel has moved to 9 different rooms since he's finished the workout, I think, because he's trying to find the coolest one in his firehouse, cool weather-wise, I think. Or he's just trying not to throw up. I don't know which one it is.
They I keep hearing rigs starting up, and I'm like, I'm missing a call. I know I am. No, it's still there. We're good.
They can't drive the tiller without you, bro. They can't leave.
They can go a little distance, and then it's like, oh. We've seen that video.
Gets a little loose.
Yeah.
Gets a little strange when it's not following you anymore around the bend, right? But oh man, well, this is actually kind of perfect timing because we're getting up to that hour moment, and my phone just went to 20% battery. So luckily, I charged it a little before this started to make it all out. But as we bring the big wrap up here, I would like to congratulate Green Township Fire Rescue on winning our second grant of this year. CJ will be reaching out to you guys very rapidly, and we will do our best. You got to work with us here a little bit and bear with some timing, but things will be coming your way. I want to thank Clinton City Fire for joining us tonight. You guys are always welcome on this, although we change the link a lot these days, so we can get them to you when we get that happening. We're starting to get organized a little more with this, but if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, or when that equipment comes in, maybe even have these folks from Green Township over, they could see everything they have while theirs is still kind of getting manufactured and shipped to them. That'd be pretty awesome. Last minute reminders. Oh, wait, what do you got? Somebody. Oh, wait, sorry, because I can't see everyone. It's very, very painful. All right, so some last minute reminders. Grant 3 application opens August 15th to September 15th. On our website, it will be up there. If you applied already and you have some updates, apply again. The application is not that complicated. Add in what's new and let us know that these are the new things that you want to tell us. CJ and myself, probably Brittany and a few other people, we're going to be jumping on Instagram and Facebook Live a little bit more to maybe talk about what our judges are looking for and what we look for in a good grant too, to kind of give you guys a bit of a tool package for things like that to help you build out the right grant. I don't know when we're going to be live next week, so keep a tune on all that. We may jump back into the Fridays, but I don't even know my schedule next week, so who knows what's going on there. Remember West Broad Apparel for t-shirts, hats, 555 stickers. What else am I forgetting, TJ? I don't know. That's a lot of updates. Follow National Fire Radio.
Yeah.
Go take the poll. Should Jeremy do the 555 fitness standard 1 month with us, or one of our workouts with us? Maybe that'd be a good poll.
I'll be in, but listen, if I do it, you got to find somebody else to run it. Can't do both. It's going to be hard. That's the problem.
And he's like, no shoes.
As you know from last week, Pep, because you did such a bang up job.
I see what you did there.
Shots fired.
I see what you did there. It's the best firehouse kitchen table ever going is 555 Fitness.
That's right.
I think we could figure something out. I think we know a young career firefighter that we could rope into doing this. And
get me
it's
in.
kind of cool.
No worries.
It's kind of cool too. If you're keeping track of 555 Fitness Live, I'm in talks to go live in a location near me to have a live workout at a firehouse with some of the local guys here. I know Zog is in talks with our friends at Escondido, a former grant winner, to get out and maybe do one live from there with them. So we're trying to grow this thing. So any ideas you have, email, tweet, text, message, whatever, IM, DM, TikTok, however you communicate with people these days, let us know what we could do better on this. And if you have any ideas, you want to join us, fill out that form that's linked in the bio of our Instagram page, right?
Yep.
Isn't it?
And they can also sign up for our newsletter if they're not. We've been sending out a lot more emails to keep everybody updated. So you can go to our website, sign up for the newsletter, get updated on grant stuff, new apparel, all the things.
All the cool things. Cool. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Congrats again to Green Township. Thank you again to Clinton City. You see me looking over so I don't get names wrong. Jeremy, I think we're ready to end this thing. I couldn't even start it. So the ending this is actually harder than starting it. So if you could end it, and I'll,
we can end it very simply by saying, I don't think you took a breath in the last 10 minutes. Nice work. Good.
I'm not the tech guy, man. I'm the tech.
No, listen, guys, you always have a home here. We'll see you next week. And thanks for making us a part of it.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Thanks.